What's up, guys? Today I figured I would do a video about my new car. For anyone who's been watching my videos, I had a G37X and then I got a GTI, and today I'm going to show you guys my most recent pickup. So this is my 2014, or commonly referred to as the B8.5 S4. Of course, this car has the 3.0 supercharged V6. I'm just going to give you guys a little rundown of the outside, kind of explain. So start off, the grill here, I believe, is a aftermarket grill. These do not come with this that I know of. As you can see, it doesn't have the S4 badge on it either. As you can see, the car comes in this nice white. Got the 18-inch wheels. These are the 5-spoke. You can see the S4 brakes and the drilled rotors. I got the supercharged badge on the side. The silver mirror, rearview mirrors, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Might eventually do carbon fiber caps in the future. You can see this car did come with tint on it. Again, the wheels in the back, drilled rotors there. Back end, as you guys can see, we'll have the tips, exhaust tips there. Looks pretty nice. So this car is 100% stock. So obviously this is not exactly what it would look like stock, but not too far off. You have your sunroof as well. Not too much on the outside to talk about here. I do think the car looks really nice. As far as flaws, I mean, pretty much the only thing is a couple marks here and there on that front bumper. Obviously, you know, with it being 2014, you're gonna have a couple chips on the hood, but there's really nothing that's noticeable. The only thing I've noticed is on the fender here. You guys can see that. Shouldn't be too big of an issue to fix down the road, but other than that, really clean for a 135,000 mile 2014 S4. As you guys can see, we'll walk around here. But yeah, I'll just get into the interior and talk about why I got this car. So to show you guys the interior, start off, you have your carbon fiber trim, Alcantara on the sides. So I do have a little rip, as you can see. Hopefully I'm able to get that fixed. You're gonna have your memory seats. So this car was optioned with the Bang & Olufsen sound system. You can kind of see up there the speaker with the name. Again, Alcantara seats. You have your flat bottom steering wheel, and again, you're gonna have carbon fiber here and the rest of the trims. It was an option on this car. Show you guys the back seats. Again, Alcantara, carbon trim as well. You have a little S4 on the side there by the door. Basically, like I said, stock. So the reason that I sold my GTI was the fact that higher mileage. It did have a rebuild title, just because it was an accident, so the front end and the rear end both were affected. On the quarter panel driver's side and the rear there was still a dent. Did need work on the outside and did have some mechanical stuff. I did really like the car though. Kind of the reason I went with this car specifically was I found it at a good price. The all-wheel drive is really nice to have for the winter. I live in Michigan, so rain, snow, the Quattro is going to be much better than the front-wheel drive will ever be, even on snow tires. Anyway, I found this car, clean title, not too bad on the miles, pretty good price. I paid around 15 grand for this car. Also, all the options I liked, like I said, the Alcantara, the Bang & Olufsen, the carbon fiber on the interior. I like the color, it looks pretty good. Sticker price on this car was about $58,000. So it's pretty up there. It's pretty much already hit the depreciation. So like I was saying, I did have a GTI, which I did love driving. I would still recommend GTIs to anybody, especially the Mark 7. I did have a lot of fun in it. I liked a lot of things about the car. It just kind of came down to looking at the market. Golf Rs are almost more expensive than B8.5 S4s. Like I said, my car is a 2014. Reason I did go with the 2014 was I want to stay away from any possible mech issues. Usually, you know, the later model years, you're going to be better off because they do fix issues after years. This car does have the S-Tronic, you know, the DSG. So same thing with the GTI for the most part. Which I am a big fan of any DSG car. I would highly recommend. Of course, it does have the 3-liter V6, the supercharged. Comes with about, I believe it's 333 horsepower, 325 torque. So not too bad. It would be less than what my GTI was making, considering that it was tuned and had a good amount of mods on it, almost full bolt-on. But reason I went with this car, known to be pretty reliable. You can put down power again with the all-wheel drive. Pretty comfortable. I love these, the look of these cars, interior on them. Just everything about it is pretty good. It's somewhat similar to the GTI. It does drive a little bit different, so it's hard to directly compare it. Of course, you know, different torque band and the size of the car and everything like that. So I definitely recommend, if you're thinking of making a switch, to drive it first and see how you like it. It feels just a lot less, I would say almost zippy and light than the GTI. These do weigh about 500 pounds more, which isn't too much. Of course, you know, you do have the Quattro, so you're gonna have extra weight on there. This car also had the Sport Diff, which is a sought after option for these cars. So like I said, this car had a lot of options that I liked and looked really nice, pristine. Like I said, this car's bone stock, has never been modified. Maintenance was pretty good on this car, so just a lot of green flags overall. I am 18, so having this car at 18 is honestly a blessing. For what it is, for a 2014 car, you know, most people won't be able to tell. Very high tech. Of course, this does have a lot more safety features, just little luxuries compared to the GTI. The GTI is a lot more raw, I would describe it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. If I could own both cars, I definitely would. Definitely, like I said, would recommend it. But I was in a situation where I didn't want to be spending and putting too much money into that GTI when it was never going to be, you know, where I wanted it to be. Never going to be fully fixed or just where I wanted the car to be overall. As far as this car, like I said, I can kind of start from scratch. Obviously make sure all the maintenance and stuff is good, and then go from there. These cars having a supercharged V6, that's very rare to find, which I think may even make them increase in value in the future. You don't see a lot that's like it. I do really like that they pair these cars with the DSG, and I think it will be a comfortable daily driver. Of course, I do plan to pretty much do as much mods as possible in the future. Like I said, I'm 18, so it's going to take some time, but hopefully I'll get there. But for now, I really enjoy the car. Everything it has to offer is just very, I would describe it as very futuristic for a 2014 car. I mean, you can't really complain. I guess the only things that I would not like would be a couple things, which I'll show you. So the S4 has the MMI which is a little bit dated. It's not too bad in my opinion. Some people might not like it on these cars. Obviously the controls can get some used to, but it didn't take me very long. One of the biggest things is, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it does not come with USB ports. So I do have to have this little, the little adapter to go in there, which isn't a huge deal at the end of the day. Another thing I've noticed is these cars really don't have like interior lighting. The GTI would have a strip here that you get lighting, and on the door. But that's something that you can put in over time. Just look at the dash here. Looks pretty nice in my opinion. Like I said, you still have a lot of tech features compared to the GTI. It's just a lot more luxurious, of course, it being Audi. But I do think that these 3.0s are pretty reliable, which is why I decided to go with it. You still make good power, and you can actually put down the power compared to the GTI. And yeah, I'm looking forward to having a good experience with this car, and hopefully building it and just enjoying it overall. But first impressions, and having it for, it's been about a week, has been very good. I really enjoy the car for the miles it has. Like I said, 135. It's pretty good. I will put in the key here. You'll have a little, you have your key. Obviously it's keyless, remote start, not remote start, but you have your button, start and stop. Just put your key in like that, and you can see it pops up, and we're at 136, and no lights on the dash at the moment. Like I said, make sure all the maintenance done first before you start doing any mods. These cars do have some common issues, just like most German cars. The GTI did have some common issues, but once you get those figured out, then you should be pretty set. So like I said, it's stock, so it's pretty quiet, but I will do a cold start for you guys. Yeah, very quiet. We'll definitely need some exhaust mods in the future, but